thanks for coming through. I'm Star, and of course, this is the AscendStar Tarot, and this is going to be today's energy for September the 3rd. Yeah, it's definitely September the 3rd, and it's 2020. So today is a major day, like in astrology, and the cards really reflect the same thing. So today, like I said, is September 3rd, 2020. So today is actually the number 7. If you don't know how I calculate or how to get to those numbers, you just basically add all the numbers up that are in today's date and you reduce it down to the lowest number. So when you do that, you actually get 7 for today. And the energy itself is big, it's major, because as you can see, there goes the 7 of Wands and there goes the 7 of Cups. So there are a lot of planets in retrograde right now. I call it the realignment series retrograde, because there are the planets that are in retrograde. They kind of shape your life. Your thought patterns, your belief system, like all of that is kind of caught up in this. Your growth potential, your ability to achieve, your ability to evolve, being able to like transform and like empower yourself, like all of that, all of those planets that basically control those elements of you are right now in retrograde, right? But these retrogrades are kind of different from Mercury retrogrades. Mercury retrogrades, they do tell you to like go inside and go and focus, but you don't really make changes during that time, right? Like anything serious you don't really want to embark on or anything of that nature. But with these planets, it's like, hey, like you've been doing it this way for this long, it's not working, let's try something different, right? Okay, so it is Thursday. Thursday is Jupiter. It's a day of growth, right? And then we're still in Virgo season. Virgo is Mercury. That's the only planet today that is not in retrograde. And that is basically, Mercury is thought and communication and being able to communicate, right? So it's like being able to think through, your beliefs, your happiness, your success. Like, what is it that you are not happy with? What is it that you are not pleased with? Like, like this Jupiter retrograde is definitely doing that. And of course, we still have our Pisces moon. We're still underneath this full moon, and this full moon is, even adding even more illumination to your own success and like your own happiness and like really things that stop you from getting there. And that emotional moon in Pisces is also gonna highlight the emotions for you that are no longer serving you, that you really just need to be purging at this time. So you really want to be like empathetic with yourself right now. Give yourself credit for who, where, and what you've been. Who, what, when, where, how, all of that in yourself. Like, give yourself credit for that. Like, acknowledge feelings. I mean, all your feelings, not just the good ones. Like, acknowledge, failure, fear. A lot of us, we don't really like to acknowledge those parts of ourselves. Those parts of ourselves scare us. But at this point, it's kind of like you have to get in contact with the dark side of yourself. And that's basically what is happening right now. Some of us, we have a tendency to be very, very idealistic. Some of us have a tendency to kind of want to escape reality. So I'm going to be honest with you today. Today is not a good day. Like because I know like a lot of people self-medicate. Some people self-medicate using alcohol. Some people self-medicate smoking weed. Some people self-medicate. They do, like they smoke cigarettes. Like it's different kind of things. Hell, like some people self-meditate and they pop pills. I'm just saying, like everybody does different things. But if you are a person that self-meditates, meditates, my apologies. If you are someone that self-medicates, in order to like drown out the noise of your mind or your emotions, today is not the day to do that, because today you will get lost in the sauce. So today is definitely a day that you want to be, like you want to be sober. You want to acknowledge like all of those feelings, because so with the cards that we have here, of course we have the Seven of Wands, right? So we know that the Seven of Wands, like look at him, he's in that card, like he's in defense mode. And it's like everything that he thinks and everything that he feels, it's like he has to stand and guard it. Like his mind, his world, his universe, like it's like he's standing in front of the door and he's not letting anybody else in. So for some of you, and it's kind of like a repeating theme from yesterday. And it could be, like the whole full moon energy, because I mean, yesterday was a full moon as well. But it's like I won't even say some of you have to pick your battles, right? I see some of you, a lot of you are actually standing your ground for your beliefs. Now, I feel like this is like for people that are in more to metaphysics, people that are into what is sometimes called the occult. Why they call it the occult, like it's different. But yeah, like people that are involved in like energy works and like healing, and hell, maybe you want to read tarot, or maybe you know how to do Reiki, or maybe you like interpret dreams. There's like so much. The spiritual realm is so big. Like maybe you like numerology, or maybe you're good with astrology, or maybe you do candle magic. It's just so many different avenues and so many different things that you can do. But it's like you're the only person like you that's there. It's like you have I'm sorry, my throat is hurting. All of a sudden, you're gonna have to speak that. You're gonna have to let that. If this is if this is how you want to live your life, if this is where spirit is leading you, then you have to be honest, like with yourself, with those around you. You have to speak that. You have to be that. So me personally, my background is very, very, very Baptist. I come from a very religious family. If there is a position to be held in a church, members of my family have held them. At the core of me, gospel is my best friend. I can never get away from it. But I don't consider myself to be a Christian. I actually don't identify with any religion. I believe that spirit is fluid. So however spirit resonates, speaks out, and calls to you, if that's the walk that you want to carry, then you carry that walk. You be that spark. You be that light. And it's like, the cards, spirit is basically saying, hey, if you stand your ground and you represent for me, then I'm going to come through for you. And, like with today being a 7, with Jupiter being out there, with Neptune being out there, it's almost like, so the 7 for me, like this is bringing in like change, but it's like philosophical change. It's like the way that you thought and looked at life before is kind of different. So with the Seven of Cups coming, you know, like there's always options in life, right? You have ways to go, you have choices to make. Even with me doing a tarot reading, um you know, I can tell you about something that is to come, or maybe something that has already happened. But you still get a choice in the matter. Like spirit always gives you a choice. So with these different choices that are here in the Seven of Cups, it's like you need to make the choices that are wise for you. Like you know what's not working for you. You know what's not serving your greater good. So you're now at a point where um if these are your ideals and this is what you feel at home with, even if it's different from everybody else, stand your ground. Choose from the cup of life that you want. Choose from the cup of life that is going to help you flow at your best. Because what cup may work wonderfully for someone else may not be the same for you. And that's okay. It is no problem at all if what you have going on is different than the person next to you. What makes you unique is the fact that you are an individual, right? So you have to stand in that, like, and be who you are. It may be a little emotional. Like I said, you know, this Neptune, this Pisces moon, like all of that is here. So you're definitely going to have to deal with the emotions of it all, but you're definitely also going to have to go into yourself. Like um it's almost like you're at a point like right now where some of us may be going into hermit mode because our beliefs have changed, or they are changing. And we need to be able to focus on us to get that clarity, to figure out what cup we actually need to be drinking from. Okay? I definitely hope that makes sense to you. I definitely hope that resonates. If it does, you know, leave a comment. If you haven't yet, like, subscribe, hit the bell. You don't want to miss tomorrow's energy.